Guys, we're gonna do a big old tri-tip on our Woodfire grill today. I'm using the XL Woodfire, but this will work on the original Woodfire too. It's about a 3.5 pound roast. All right, so much bigger will fit, but you know, this is a pretty healthy size tri-tip. Anyway, this isn't so much about cooking the tri-tip. I've done that video before. We're gonna reverse sear it just like before, so we're gonna give it a lot of good smoke, bring it up to temperature, and then give it a good sear on both sides. But that's just the cooking part. What I wanted to talk about is actually how to slice a tri-tip. The grains go two different directions on a tri-tip, and if you're not cutting it the right way, you're not having a very good experience with your tri-tip, because you're cutting it along the grain, you're going to be having a chewy piece of meat and it'll just turn you off. Okay, so as tri-tips become more and more popular, it's not just a California thing. I see them across the US and probably further on. I want to make sure you guys are treating the tri-tips right and cutting them right so you have a really good experience with it. So when this is done smoking and doing that sear on it, we're going to take it in the house. I'm going to set up the camera so you're looking down on it so you can see exactly how I slice a tri-tip, and you know how you should too. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves right now. Let's go ahead and start this cook. What we did to get to this point: last night I did a dry brine on my tri-tip, meaning I salted it up with some kosher salt, right? Put it on a rack on a cookie sheet, put it in the fridge overnight. All that does is the salt pulls out some of that moisture, but then draws it back in and adds a lot more flavor to your tri-tips, your steaks, all that stuff. You've seen me do it 100 times on the channel. We got it out of the fridge this morning, let it come up to temp a little bit. Gave it a little olive oil as a binder for our rub. We're using my West Coast shake. Link down below if you want to check it out. It's all the flavors of the West Coast, and since we're working on, you know, a tri-tip today, then what's a better rub to use than my West Coast shake, right? So we covered the tri-tip with my West Coast shake. Front, back, side to side, all the way around. Don't skip those sides, right? Got my Temp Spike Plus in there. Link down below. Guys, this video will be out in the first week of June. There's a Father's Day sale on a Temp Spike Plus. I think it's 2 for 1 right now. And if you use my link down below, it'll save you a little extra cash too. I believe that's how it works. So give it a try. Comment down below. Let me know if it works for you. But 2 for 1, get 1 Temp Spike Plus for you, 1 for your dad. You know, it makes a great Father's Day gift. If you're watching this, you know, say July or after, and that Father's Day sale is no longer on, the code will save you a little bit of cash. And there's always sales on my ThermoPro products, so check them all out down below. Cool. We are ready to get this thing fired up. We have some Bear Mountain cherry wood pellets in the wood fire. I love cherry wood with my beef. Adds a light flavor, but a really good color too. That takes us to where we're at right now. We're gonna put this thing at 275. I'll put the Celsius right here somewhere too. We're just gonna bring it up to about 125 to 130, and then take it off, fire up that grill setting to high, and we'll give it some good sears on both sides and get it nice and ready to roll. Once it's done being seared, we'll let it rest in the house. We'll chop it up, and I'll show you how to properly slice a tri-tip. Guys, kind of overtalked it, but we're where we need to be. Thumbs up, right? And if you don't mind, consider subscribing. Help the channel grow. We're having a great month. I'd like to keep it going, so join the crew. All right, let's go. Team, we got our tri-tip. It's all seasoned, ready to go. Got our Temp Spike Plus in there. The receiver right there. Let's turn on our wood fire here. We're gonna go to the smoker setting. I'm gonna turn it to 275. The 3-hour default I have on there works just fine. Not a big deal. Shouldn't take more than 45 minutes to an hour to come up to the temp we want. Now we're gonna hit start. Let it go through the ignition process. And then we'll get our tri-tip on. All right, guys. Woo! There you go. Give it all the smoke, baby. Let's get our tri-tip on. We're just gonna let it do what it do until it gets done. We'll sear it off. On the nose, 45 minutes. We're up to temp on this bad boy. So let's pull this off, set it aside, shut this down. We're gonna take it to the grill mode to take the temp to high. Okay, 10 minutes is fine. Hit start. So it goes through the preheating process. I'm gonna take out the temp spike because we know where we're at. We'll just throw it back on once we're ready to start grilling. What's up the temp on the grill setting? It's gonna be nice and hot in there. We're gonna sear that tri-tip up real good. Both sides, we may get some of those cool grill marks on it, but the idea is just kind of get a little bit of that char on there, that crust, and then we'll take it inside and let it rest, okay? So I hope you're with me this far. Let's get over there. All right, team, we're up to temp. Let's get our sear on. What do you say? There you go. We're gonna give it a minute on this side, give it a flip, minute, try to get this third side right here for a bit. We'll just keep flipping until we get a nice sear all the way around. Let's give it a flip. Bring it closer, you guys can see got some nice char marks on there, and that's what we're looking for. So another minute or so on the bottom, getting that char. And like I said, we'll get that third side. All right, time to flip it up on its end. And when it's like this, you might have to hold it a little bit. So we got a nice little crust going on there too. So we'll give it another minute on each side, and then we'll be done. Tri-tip is done. We're gonna let it rest, probably about 20 minutes, give or take, until I get everything reset up in the house. Make sure you let your tri-tip rest. You want to give it time for all the juices to like calm down in there, redistribute throughout there. If you cut into this bad boy right now, the juices would go everywhere and it would be a dry mess, okay? So you want to give it time to rest, relax, chill out, right? California vibe, chill out. All right, we'll see you inside. We got our tri-tip on the cutting board here. Now I'm gonna kind of get a close-up view here so you can see that the grains run separately, okay? So I'm gonna use my knife to demonstrate here. You see the grains for this part of the tri-tip are going this way, right? Right about in the middle there, they turn this way, okay? So what we're gonna do is right in that middle, we'll cut it in half. Most people just, when they cut a tri-tip, they just wanna cut that bad boy right in half right there and then start going one way or another. Actually find where the grain is different and changes on you, and that's where you wanna cut. So I'm gonna do this kind of upside down so you can see it in the big camera, but this is my, close-up camera here. So we'll go that way. So like I was saying, this is where the grains change. You can actually see it on this tri-tip. Grains are running this way and then goes this way. So right where that is, we're gonna cut it right down the middle. Now the good thing about tri-tip is if someone doesn't like medium rare or rare, which is what you'll see on the inside there, perfectly medium rare, right? You got the end pieces here that are going to be more well done, right? Right. We're going to put this side to the side, and then we're going to come and slice up this side. So again, grains are running like this, so you can see it on the knife, running like this. I like to cut obviously against the grain, but I like to try to cut at a bias too. It just helps kind of improve the tenderness of each bite, right? And you're cutting nice thin little slices, right? Looking good so far. I hope everybody's with me. And I know people are going to ask about this knife, okay? I'll have a link down below. It's the Dalstrong Shadow Black Pitmaster knife. So just keep slicing fairly thin, okay? And then that's what you're looking like. Beautiful, thin sliced tri-tip. You guys can see how juicy this tri-tip is. When you guys are cooking to temperatures like I preach, right? You're gonna have nice, tender, juicy tri-tip every time. So we got that side sliced up. And we'll take it over here. Now it's just as simple on the other piece of meat. Remember the grains were going this way. So same thing, we're just gonna cut on the bias with it. Yeah. And you know you're getting a tender bite of tri-tip when you cut it the right way. And it looks beautiful, guys. All right, I'm gonna finish cutting these up and then we'll talk about it. Now we're done. Tri-tip is perfectly sliced. It's cooked perfectly. It's more medium to medium rare, but on the inside, the thicker parts, you get that more medium rare, and it goes out from the rest, right? Besides being a really tasty cut of beef, it is perfect for the family that's picky from one end of the spectrum to the other. Now you know how to slice a tri-tip properly. Don't slice with the grain, and you'll have a great experience, okay? Last but not least, let's get a little bite. Got a little end piece right there. Has all those West Coast shake flavors, baby. So dang good. Guys, click that link and get some of my West Coast shake. You won't regret it, trust me. If you want to get one of those Woodfire grills, links down below. Cutting the tri-tip applies to whatever cooker you're using though. So that's why I wanted to show you this. Because not everybody has a Woodfire grill, but everybody should. So there's a link down below, get one. For the temp spikes, the knives, the cutting boards, merch, all that good stuff, links are all down below too. If you'd like to become a show producer, like all the awesome people scrolling in front of me, people that knew how to cut a tri-tip all along because they watch my tri-tip videos. Yeah, it works. There are two ways to join. Either you could hit that Patreon link in the video description, or you could hit the join button right next to the subscribe button. You should have already hit by now. But other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.